Have you ever felt like there's more to the world than what you can see? Like there's a whole other layer of reality just out of reach? Well, you might be onto something. There are people out there who experience some really weird and wonderful things that most of us can't even imagine. These folks are called high vibrational people, and they see the world in a totally different way. Now, I know what you're thinking. High vibrational sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But stick with me, because what I'm about to tell you might just blow your mind. These high vibrational people aren't superheroes or aliens. They're regular folks like you and me. The difference is they've tapped into something special, something that allows them to experience life on a whole new level. Imagine being able to sense things before they happen, or feeling connected to everything and everyone around you in a way that's hard to explain. Picture being able to see energy fields around people, or having dreams so vivid they feel more real than reality. These are just a few of the strange and amazing things that high vibrational people experience every day. But here's the really exciting part. This isn't some exclusive club that you need a special invitation to join. Anyone can become a high vibrational person with the right knowledge and practice. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. We'll explore the weird and wonderful world of high vibrational experiences, and I'll show you how you can start to tap into this hidden reality yourself. So, are you ready to have your mind open to possibilities you never even knew existed? Are you prepared to see the world in a whole new light? Buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride into the extraordinary realm of high vibrational living. Now, before we dive into the strange experiences of high vibrational people, let's take a moment to understand what we mean by high vibrational. Don't worry, I promise I won't get all scientific on you. We're going to keep this simple and easy to understand. Think of everything in the universe as having a kind of energy. This energy vibrates at different speeds or frequencies. It's a bit like music. You've got low notes and high notes, right? Well, in the same way, everything has its own vibrational note. When we talk about high vibrational people, we're talking about folks whose personal energy is vibrating at a higher frequency than average. But what does that actually mean in real life? Well, high vibrational people tend to have certain traits that set them apart. For starters, they're usually pretty positive folks. They've got this natural ability to see the good in situations, even when things seem tough. It's not that they're walking around with their heads in the clouds. They just have a knack for finding the silver lining. These high vibe people also tend to be really in tune with their feelings and the feelings of others. They're the kind of people who can walk into a room and immediately sense the mood, even if nobody's saying a word. It's like they've got emotional antennae or something. Another big thing about high vibrational people is that they're usually pretty open-minded. They're not the type to dismiss new ideas just because they're different. Instead, they're curious about the world and always eager to learn more. They're the ones who'll try that weird new food or give that strange-sounding meditation technique a go. High vibrational folks also tend to be really connected to nature. They might feel a deep sense of peace when they're out in the woods, or get a burst of energy from watching a sunrise. It's like they can tap into the natural rhythms of the world in a way that most people can't. Now, here's something important to remember. Being high vibrational doesn't mean being perfect. These people still have bad days, still make mistakes, and still face challenges like everyone else. The difference is, in how they handle these things. They tend to bounce back quicker, learn from their experiences, and keep moving forward with a positive attitude. So, how do you know if you might be a high vibrational person? Well, if you've ever had a gut feeling that turned out to be spot on, or if you've experienced moments of feeling deeply connected to everything around you, or if you find that good things seem to happen to you more often than not, these could all be signs that you're vibrating at a higher frequency. But even if none of that sounds familiar, don't worry. As I mentioned earlier, anyone can raise their vibration with a bit of effort and practice. It's not about being special or gifted. It's about being open to new experiences and willing to see the world in a different way. In the next section, we're going to dive into one of the strangest and most fascinating experiences that high vibrational people often have. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. All right, are you ready for this? We're about to talk about one of the weirdest and most incredible things that high vibrational people experience: seeing energy fields. Now, I know that sounds like something out of a superhero movie, but stick with me here. This is real stuff that real people experience, and it's pretty mind-blowing. So, what exactly are energy fields? Well, you know how everything is made up of tiny particles that are always moving? That movement creates energy, and that energy extends out beyond the physical boundaries of an object or a person. This extended energy is what we call an energy field or an aura. Now, most of us can't see these energy fields, but for some high vibrational people, they're as clear as day. Imagine being able to look at someone and see a colorful glow around them, like they're wrapped in a rainbow. That's kind of what it's like for people who can see auras. But it's not just about pretty colors. The people who can see these energy fields say that they can tell a lot about a person just by looking at their aura. The colors, the intensity, the size of the field, all of these things can give clues about a person's mood, their health, and even their personality. For example, someone who's feeling really happy and positive might have a bright golden glow around them. Someone who's stressed or anxious might have a murky or flickering aura. And someone who's deeply spiritual might have an aura that extends way out beyond their body, filling the room with their energy. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds crazy. How come I can't see these energy fields? Well, the truth is, most of us aren't tuned in to see them. It's a bit like radio waves. They're all around us all the time, but we can't see or hear them without the right equipment. High vibrational people are like human radio receivers. They've developed the ability to tune into these subtle energies that most of us miss. But here's the really cool part. Even if you can't see energy fields, you might be sensing them without realizing it. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt uncomfortable for no apparent reason? Or met someone new and instantly liked them, even before they said a word? That could be you picking up on their energy field. Some high vibrational people don't so much see energy fields as feel them. They might describe it as a tingling sensation or a feeling of warmth or coolness around a person. Others might not see colors, but instead see a kind of shimmer in the air around people and objects, like the heat waves you see rising from hot pavement on a summer day. Now, you might be wondering, if this is real, why hasn't science proven it? Well, the thing is, science is just starting to catch up. There are now devices that can photograph these energy fields, called Kirlian photography. and studies have shown that the human body does indeed emit measurable energy fields. So while we might not fully understand how some people can see or sense these fields, we do know that they exist. But for high vibrational people who experience this, it's not about proving anything to anyone else. It's just a natural part of how they perceive the world. And it can be incredibly useful. Imagine being able to tell if someone is being truthful just by looking at their energy field, or being able to sense when someone is in pain or distress, even if they're trying to hide it. It's like having an extra sense that allows you to understand people and the world around you on a deeper level. Of course, being able to see energy fields isn't always easy. Some high vibrational people say it can be overwhelming at times, especially in crowded places where there are lots of different energies swirling around. They often have to learn how to control this ability, turning it on and off as needed to avoid sensory overload. So how can you develop this ability if you don't already have it? Well, like any skill, it takes practice. Many high vibrational people say that meditation has helped them tune into these subtle energies. Others recommend spending time in nature, away from the noise and distractions of modern life, to help sensitize yourself to these fields. Some people find that certain crystals or stones can help enhance their ability to see or sense energy fields. Amethyst, for example, is often associated with spiritual awareness and is said to help open the third eye, the energy center associated with intuition and psychic abilities. But even if you never develop the ability to see auras or energy fields, just being aware that they exist can change how you interact with the world. It can make you more mindful of the energy you're putting out and more sensitive to the energy of others around you. Remember, everything is energy. The thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, the words you speak, they all contribute to your personal energy field. And that energy affects not just you, but everyone and everything around you. So even if you can't see energy fields, you can still work on raising your own vibration and contributing positive energy to the world around you. In the end, whether you can see energy fields or not isn't what's most important. What matters is how you choose to interact with the world and the people in it. By staying open to the possibility that there's more to reality than what we can see with our physical eyes, we open ourselves up to a whole new way of experiencing and understanding the world. And who knows? Maybe as you continue on your journey of personal growth and spiritual development, you'll start to catch glimpses of these energy fields yourself. After all, the universe is full of wonders, and we're only just beginning to understand the true extent of our human potential. Certainly, I'll continue with the next 3 sections of the outline, maintaining the same engaging and in-depth style with easy-to-understand English. Now, let's dive into another fascinating experience that high vibrational people often have: incredibly vivid dreams and visions. We're not just talking about your average, run-of-the-mill dreams here. These are the kind of dreams that feel more real than reality itself. And sometimes these experiences happen even when the person is wide awake. Let's start with dreams. We all dream, right? But for high vibrational people, dreams can be like stepping into another world. They might remember every tiny detail when they wake up, from the color of the wallpaper to the smell in the air. It's like watching a high-definition movie in their mind, except they're the star of the show. These dreams often have a special quality to them. They might be incredibly vibrant, with colors that are more vivid than anything in the waking world. Or they might have a sense of realness that's hard to shake even after waking up. Some high vibrational people report having dreams where they can control what's happening. We call these lucid dreams. It's like being the director of your own personal movie while you sleep. But it's not just about pretty pictures or fun adventures. Often, these vivid dreams have deep meanings or messages. High vibrational people might find answers to problems they've been struggling with, or gain insights into their lives that they couldn't see while awake. It's like their subconscious mind is using dreams as a way to communicate important information. Some high vibrational folks even report having shared dreams. That's where two or more people have the same dream on the same night. Imagine waking up and calling your friend, only to find out that you both dreamed about riding a purple elephant through a field of giant sunflowers. Weird, right? But for some high vibe people, this kind of thing isn't uncommon. Now, let's talk about visions. These are a bit different from dreams because they happen when the person is awake. It might be a flash of an image, like suddenly seeing a beautiful landscape that isn't really there. Or it could be more like a short movie playing in their mind, showing events that haven't happened yet. Some high vibrational people describe their visions as being like daydreams, but much more intense and vivid. They might be going about their day, and suddenly they're somewhere else in their mind, experiencing something that feels incredibly real. These visions can be beautiful and inspiring, but they can also be a bit scary or overwhelming, especially if the person doesn't understand what's happening. Just like with vivid dreams, these visions often carry important messages or insights. They might give the person a glimpse of future events or help them understand a situation from a different perspective. Some high vibrational people use their visions as a tool for problem solving or decision making. But here's the thing, having vivid dreams and visions isn't always easy. It can be confusing or even frightening, especially if it starts happening suddenly. Imagine waking up from a dream that felt so real you're not sure if it actually happened or not. Or having a vision in the middle of a conversation and trying to act normal while your mind is a million miles away. It takes time and practice for high vibrational people to learn how to handle these experiences. So, how can someone develop this ability? Well, like many high vibrational experiences, it often starts with being open and receptive. Keeping a dream journal can help. Writing down your dreams as soon as you wake up can train your brain to remember them more clearly. Meditation is also a powerful tool, helping to quiet the mind and make it more receptive to visions and insights. Some people find that certain herbs or essential oils can enhance their dream experiences. Lavender, for example, is often associated with restful sleep and vivid dreams. Others use crystals like amethyst or moonstone, which are said to promote intuition and psychic abilities. But remember, whether you have super vivid dreams or not doesn't determine your worth or your spiritual progress. Everyone's journey is different, and these are just some of the experiences that some high vibrational people have. The most important thing is to stay open, curious, and respectful of your own unique path. Now let's talk about something that many of us have experienced at one time or another, but that high vibrational people seem to have in spades: strong gut feelings or intuition. You know that feeling you get sometimes when you just know something without knowing how you know it? That's intuition. And for high vibrational people, it can be like having a superpower. Intuition is often described as a kind of inner knowing. It's not about logic or reason. It's a feeling, a hunch, a sudden understanding that seems to come from nowhere. And for high vibrational people, these feelings can be incredibly strong and accurate. Think about a time when you had a gut feeling about something. Maybe you felt like you shouldn't get in a car and later found out there was an accident on the route you would have taken. Or maybe you had a sudden urge to call a friend, only to find out they really needed to talk to someone right at that moment. These are the kinds of experiences that high vibrational people have all the time. But it goes beyond just random hunches. High vibrational people often describe their intuition as a reliable guide in their lives. They might use it to make important decisions, navigate relationships, or even in their work. Imagine being able to walk into a business meeting and instantly know who to trust and who's trying to pull a fast one. Or being able to sense when a loved one is in trouble, even if they're miles away. Some high vibrational people describe their intuition as a voice in their head, giving them clear instructions or warnings. Others say it's more like a feeling in their body, a tightness in their chest when something's wrong, or a warm, expansive feeling when something's right. And for some, it's more like a knowing, a certainty about something that they can't explain. Now you might be thinking, that sounds great. I want to have super strong intuition too. Well, the good news is that intuition is something we all have. It's just that high vibrational people have learned to tap into it more effectively. And with practice, anyone can strengthen their intuitive abilities. One of the keys to developing strong intuition is learning to quiet your mind and listen to your inner voice. This is where practices like meditation can be really helpful. By clearing away the mental chatter and the constant stream of thoughts, you create space to hear your intuition more clearly. Another important aspect is learning to trust your gut feelings. Many of us have been taught to rely solely on logic and reason, and to dismiss our hunches or gut instincts. But high vibrational people have learned to value and trust these feelings, even when they can't explain them rationally. It's also about paying attention. High vibrational people are often very observant, noticing small details or subtle changes in their environment or in other people. This heightened awareness feeds into their intuition, giving them more information to work with. But having strong intuition isn't always easy. Sometimes the messages can be confusing or hard to interpret. And there's always the fear of making a mistake. What if you trust your gut and it turns out to be wrong? High vibrational people often have to learn to distinguish between true intuition and fear or wishful thinking. There's also the challenge of explaining intuitive decisions to others. Imagine trying to tell your boss that you want to change a major project because you have a feeling about it. It can be tough to navigate a world that values hard facts and data when you're working with something as intangible as intuition. So how can you start developing your own intuition? Start by paying attention to those little hunches and gut feelings you have throughout the day. Don't dismiss them. Instead, make a note of them and see how they play out. You might be surprised at how often your intuition is spot on. Practice listening to your body too. Our bodies often pick up on things before our conscious minds do. Do you get a knot in your stomach when something's not right? Or a feeling of lightness when something good is about to happen? These physical sensations can be important intuitive cues. Spending time in nature can also help strengthen your intuition. When we're surrounded by the natural world, away from the distractions of modern life, it's often easier to tune into our inner voice. And remember, developing strong intuition is a journey, not a destination. Even high vibrational people are constantly learning and refining their intuitive abilities. The key is to stay open, stay curious, and keep practicing. Who knows? You might discover that you have a powerful intuitive ability just waiting to be tapped into. Now, let's dive into one of the most exciting and sometimes controversial aspects of high vibrational living: the ability to attract positive events into your life. You might have heard of the law of attraction. Well, for high vibrational people, this isn't just a theory, it's a way of life. So what exactly do we mean when we say high vibrational people attract positive events? It's not like they're walking around with a magnet, pulling good stuff towards them, although sometimes it might seem that way. Instead, it's more about the energy they're putting out into the world, and how that energy seems to come back to them in the form of positive experiences. Think about it like this. Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to be lucky? Good things always seem to happen to them. They get the parking spot right in front of the store, they win raffles, they bump into old friends at just the right moment. Well, high vibrational people often experience this kind of luck on a regular basis. But it goes beyond just random good fortune. High vibrational people often find that opportunities seem to fall into their laps. They might be thinking about starting a new business, and suddenly they meet someone at a party who's looking for exactly the kind of service they want to offer. Or they might need help with something, and out of the blue, the perfect person shows up to assist them. It's not just about big life-changing events either. High vibrational people often notice a flow of small, positive occurrences in their daily lives. They might always seem to hit green lights when they're driving, or find exactly what they need at the store without having to search. It's like the universe is conspiring to make their lives easier and more enjoyable. Now, you might be thinking, that's not fair. Why do these high vibrational people get all the good stuff? Well, here's the thing. It's not about being special or chosen. It's about the energy these people are putting out into the world. High vibrational people tend to approach life with a positive attitude. They expect good things to happen, and they're always on the lookout for opportunities. This positive outlook actually changes how they interact with the world around them. They're more likely to notice and take advantage of opportunities that others might miss. They also tend to be grateful for what they have, rather than always focusing on what they lack. This attitude of gratitude seems to open them up to receiving even more good things. It's like they're sending a message to the universe saying, "Thank you for all this great stuff. I'm ready for more." But it's not just about thinking happy thoughts and waiting for good things to happen. High vibrational people often talk about the importance of aligning their thoughts, feelings, and actions. They don't just think about what they want, they feel it, they believe it, and they take action towards it. It's this alignment that seems to supercharge their ability to attract positive events. Now let's be clear, this doesn't mean that high vibrational people never face challenges or difficulties. They do. But their high vibration seems to help them navigate these challenges more easily. They might find unexpected solutions, or discover that what seemed like a problem actually turns out to be a blessing in disguise. So, how can you start attracting more positive events into your own life? Well, it starts with raising your vibration. This means cultivating a positive outlook, practicing gratitude, and learning to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions. One powerful technique is visualization. Many high vibrational people spend time each day visualizing what they want to create in their lives. They imagine it in vivid detail, allowing themselves to feel the emotions they would feel if it were already real. This practice seems to help align their energy with what they want to attract. Another important aspect is letting go of resistance. Often, we push away the very things we want because we don't believe we can have them, or we're afraid of disappointment. High vibrational people learn to release these fears and doubts, opening themselves up to receive what they desire. It's also about taking inspired action. High vibrational people don't just sit around waiting for good things to happen. They actively participate in creating the life they want. But their actions come from a place of inspiration and joy, not fear or desperation. Now, it's important to note that this isn't about controlling every aspect of your life. In fact, many high vibrational people talk about the importance of surrendering to the flow of life. They set their intentions and take inspired action, but they also trust that the universe has a plan that might be even better than what they can imagine. Remember, attracting positive events isn't about being perfect or never having negative thoughts. It's about consistently choosing to focus on the positive, to be grateful, and to believe in the possibility of good things happening. With practice, you might find that your life starts to flow more easily, and that positive events and opportunities start showing up in unexpected ways. The key is to stay open, stay positive, and keep your vibration high. Who knows what amazing things you might attract into your life? Certainly. I'll continue with the remaining sections of the outline and add a conclusion, maintaining the same engaging and in-depth style with easy-to-understand English. Now let's talk about something that can be both a blessing and a challenge for high vibrational people: the ability to feel others' emotions. We're not just talking about being a good listener or being able to read body language. No, this is about actually sensing and experiencing the emotions of others as if they were your own. Imagine walking into a room and suddenly feeling overwhelmed with sadness, even though you were perfectly happy a moment ago. Or feeling a burst of joy and excitement for no apparent reason, only to find out later that your best friend got engaged at that exact moment. This is what life can be like for high vibrational people who are emotional empaths. Being an empath goes beyond just being sensitive or caring. It's like having an emotional antenna that's always tuned in to the feelings of those around you. High vibrational empaths often describe it as though there's no clear boundary between their emotions and the emotions of others. It's as if they're emotional sponges, soaking up the feelings floating around in their environment. Now you might be thinking, wow, that sounds amazing. It must be great to be so in tune with others. And in many ways it is. High vibrational empaths often have deep, meaningful relationships because they can truly understand and connect with others on an emotional level. They're often great listeners and natural healers, able to provide comfort and support in a way that feels truly genuine. But being an empath isn't always easy. Imagine going to a crowded place like a shopping mall or a concert. For most people, It might be a bit overwhelming because of the noise and the crowds. But for an empath, it can be like being hit with a tidal wave of emotions. Joy, sadness, anger, anxiety, all the feelings of everyone around them crashing over them at once. It can be exhausting and overwhelming. High vibrational empaths often have to learn how to protect themselves from emotional overload. They might develop techniques to shield themselves from others' emotions, or they might need to spend a lot of time alone to recharge. Some empaths find that they need to be very careful about the people they spend time with and the environments they put themselves in to avoid being drained by negative emotions. But despite these challenges, many high vibrational empaths see their ability as a gift. They're able to understand and help others in a way that few people can. They often have a deep sense of connection to the world around them, feeling the joys and sorrows of humanity on a profound level. So how can you tell if you might be an empath? Well, if you often find yourself feeling emotions that don't seem to be your own, or if you're easily affected by the moods of others, you might have empathic tendencies. If you feel overwhelmed in crowded places or need a lot of alone time to recharge, these could also be signs. If you think you might be an empath, or if you want to develop your empathic abilities, there are things you can do. Practicing mindfulness can help you distinguish between your own emotions and those of others. Learning energy protection techniques, like visualizing a protective bubble around yourself, can help prevent emotional overload. Remember, whether you're a natural empath or not, we all have the capacity for empathy and emotional connection. By raising our vibration and opening our hearts to others, we can all become more understanding and compassionate. Now that we've explored some of the strange and wonderful experiences that high vibrational people have, you might be wondering, how can I raise my own vibration? Well, you're in luck. In this section, we're going to dive into some practical tips and techniques that can help you elevate your energy and potentially tap into some of these amazing experiences yourself. First things first, let's talk about mindset. One of the most important aspects of raising your vibration is cultivating a positive outlook on life. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about choosing to focus on the good, even when facing challenges. High vibrational people often practice gratitude daily, taking time to appreciate the good things in their lives, no matter how small. Another key aspect is taking care of your physical body. Remember, everything is energy, including the food you eat and the activities you do. High vibrational people often follow a healthy diet, focusing on fresh, natural foods that make them feel good. They also tend to engage in regular physical activity, whether that's yoga, running, dancing, or any other form of exercise that brings them joy. Meditation is another powerful tool for raising your vibration. By quieting your mind and connecting with your inner self, you can release negative thoughts and emotions and align yourself with higher frequencies. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can make a big difference. Spending time in nature is another favorite technique of high vibrational people. There's something about being surrounded by trees, flowers, and fresh air that naturally elevates our energy. Try going for a walk in the park, sitting by a river, or even just tending to some houseplants. Music and sound can also have a powerful effect on our vibration. Many high vibrational people use sound healing techniques, like listening to binaural beats or singing bowls to raise their energy. Even just listening to uplifting music that you love can help boost your vibration. Surrounding yourself with positive people is another important aspect. You've probably heard the saying, "You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Well, high vibrational people take this to heart, choosing to spend time with others who uplift and inspire them. Practicing forgiveness is another powerful way to raise your vibration. Holding on to anger, resentment, or grudges can really weigh down your energy. By learning to forgive, which doesn't mean forgetting or condoning harmful behavior, you can release this heavy energy and make room for more positive vibrations. Creativity is also a great way to raise your vibration. Whether it's painting, writing, singing, or any other form of self-expression, engaging in creative activities can help you connect with your inner self and elevate your energy. Finally, one of the most powerful ways to raise your vibration is through service to others. When you help others with no expectation of reward, it creates a beautiful, high vibrational energy that uplifts both you and those around you. Remember, raising your vibration is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, consistent choices every day that align you with higher energy. Be patient with yourself and celebrate every small step forward. Before you know it, you might start experiencing some of the strange and wonderful things we've talked about in this video. Now, let's get real for a moment. While being high vibrational sounds amazing, and it is, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. High vibrational people face their own unique set of challenges, and it's important to talk about these too. One of the biggest challenges high vibrational people often face is feeling out of place in the world. When you're operating at a higher frequency, you might find that you see things differently from most people around you. This can lead to feelings of isolation or like you don't quite fit in. Another common challenge is dealing with the intensity of emotions and experiences. When you're more sensitive to energy, both positive and negative experiences can feel amplified. This can be overwhelming at times, especially when dealing with difficult situations or negative environments. High vibrational people often struggle with boundaries too. When you're naturally empathetic and want to help others, it can be hard to know when to step back and take care of yourself. Learning to set healthy boundaries is a crucial skill for maintaining a high vibration. There's also the challenge of staying grounded. When you're tapped into higher energies, it can sometimes be difficult to deal with the practical, day-to-day aspects of life. High vibrational people often need to work on balancing their spiritual experiences with their earthly responsibilities. And let's not forget the skepticism and misunderstanding that high vibrational people often face from others. When you talk about seeing auras or having prophetic dreams, not everyone is going to understand or believe you. This can lead to feelings of self-doubt or the temptation to hide your experiences. So, how do high vibrational people navigate these challenges? Well, it takes practice and patience. Here are a few strategies that can help. Find your tribe. Connecting with like-minded individuals who understand your experiences can be incredibly validating and supportive. Practice grounding techniques. Things like walking barefoot on the earth, working with crystals, or even just taking a few deep breaths can help you stay connected to the physical world. Develop a self-care routine. Regular practices that nourish your body mind, and spirit are essential for maintaining a high vibration. Learn to manage your energy. This might involve energy protection techniques, knowing when to step back from overwhelming situations, or practices to clear and balance your energy. Embrace your uniqueness. Instead of trying to fit in, celebrate what makes you different. Your unique perspective is a gift to the world. Keep learning and growing. The high vibrational journey is one of constant evolution. Stay curious and open to new experiences and knowledge. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. By facing and overcoming these obstacles, high vibrational people often develop a deep sense of inner strength and wisdom. As we come to the end of our journey, exploring the strange and wonderful world of high vibrational living, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've discovered that high vibrational people experience life in some pretty extraordinary ways. From seeing energy fields and having vivid dreams and visions, to experiencing powerful intuition and attracting positive events, these individuals seem to have a special connection to the unseen aspects of our world. We've also learned that being high vibrational isn't about being perfect or never facing challenges. It's about approaching life with a positive attitude, staying open to new experiences, and constantly working on your personal and spiritual growth. The good news is, whether you're naturally high vibrational or just starting on this path, there are many ways to raise your vibration and tap into these amazing experiences. By practicing mindfulness, taking care of your physical and emotional health, connecting with nature, and serving others, you can elevate your energy and potentially unlock abilities you never knew you had. Remember, the high vibrational journey is just that, a journey. It's not about reaching a destination, but about enjoying the process of growth and discovery along the way. There will be ups and downs, challenges and triumphs, but each experience is an opportunity to learn and evolve. As you continue on your own path, whether you're just starting to explore these concepts or you're already experiencing some of these high vibrational phenomena, remember to be patient and kind with yourself. Trust in your own journey and know that you have the power to shape your reality through your thoughts, feelings, and actions. And most importantly, don't forget to enjoy the ride. The high vibrational life is full of wonder, joy, and amazing experiences. Embrace it with an open heart and an open mind, and who knows what incredible things you might discover about yourself and the world around you. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the strange things only high vibrational people experience. I hope this video has inspired you to raise your own vibration and tap into the magic that exists within and around you. Until next time, keep your vibration high and your heart open to the wonders of the universe.